So I will be doing virtual amnesty this afternoon instead of office hours. So if anybody needs me, you'll need to come to this link right here on the homepage. This one instead of my office hours, because I'll be over in this other Zoom helping. So today's the 20th. We're going to click on today's lesson. And our learning, our learning target for today is the same as on Tuesday, where we are tracing and evaluating an argument. And that aligns with our statement of inquiry, where we are talking about how we express ourselves based on our values and perspectives. So that's kind of the overarching reason for this. All right, so if you guys are looking here with me at this lesson, hopefully everyone's here. We are going to watch a video from Khan Academy, which I thought Khan Academy just did math. So when I was doing some research, I discovered they also do reading. So I am excited.
I did Khan Academy last year.
Did you? Yeah. So if you've ever used Khan Academy, it's pretty cool. It's got videos about different topics and helps you practice skills. So we're going to watch this video about what an argument is, because I think the way he does it, the way he explains it is pretty cool. So here we go. Good morning, Eleanor. We are on today's lesson, Friday 11/20, and we're going to watch this video together, and then we're going to analyze, trace, and evaluate an argument together, based an argument about year-round school. We don't have to agree with it, but we're going to look at the argument.
Hello, readers. Today we shall take the field in rhetorical combat, also known as argument. Argument is when an author wants to convince you of their position. This is my position, you should share this position, and here is why. Argument does not sneak. It does not come in through the back. It is supported by reasons, evidence, examples, not just pure opinion, not just cherry-picked stories, data, fact, observable reality. There is a place for pure subjective opinion, and it is the realm of the movie and the restaurant review. I did not like this movie because I didn't laugh at its jokes. I did not enjoy the hamburger I got because I found it too dry for my liking. This is not what we're talking about today. Obviously, argument is rooted in opinion and subjective personal preferences, but those opinions need to be backed up with evidence. Let's compare arguments for and against a tax on soda. Now, this writer argues that sugar contributes to obesity, and therefore people should be prevented from buying soda, which is full of sugar, on the grounds that it is bad for them. Let's take a look. The soda tax could alter many people's behavior, causing them to stop buying sugary drinks. Some foods are necessities, like milk, eggs, and bread. People will buy them even if the prices increase. Sugary drinks aren't necessary. If the price goes up, people will buy fewer sugary drinks and they won't be consuming as much sugar. Therefore, the obesity rate will go down. Whereas this author counters that people have a right to make what they see as unhealthy decisions. Soda and other sugary drinks have been targeted because they lack nutrition and are basically just liquid sugar. Most people would agree that proper nutrition is important for maintaining a healthy lifestyle. However, do legislators have the right or responsibility to regulate people's sugar intake in order to improve their health? I say no. All right. Let's evaluate these claims. For the first argument, in favor of the soda tax, how do we know this is true? What evidence does this author give that this tax will alter people's behavior? What evidence does this author give that sugary drinks aren't seen to be as essential as milk? After all, not everyone can or does drink milk. In the piece, the evidence the author gives us is this table, which shows how much sugar is in soda per serving, but it doesn't use evidence to connect sugar consumption to unhealthy outcomes. All this says is soda has a lot of sugar. I want to see evidence. I want to
What just happened?
see studies. How do we know this tax would change behavior? Good readers think through the impacts of an argument. If this tax went into effect, what would the consequences be? Are there faults in the author's logic?
Yes.
It might stop some people from buying soda, but in an unfair way. Here's how I'm processing this as a reader. If you take a bottle of soda that previously cost, say, $2, and the tax makes it $10, that will make it more difficult to purchase. But to a millionaire, the difference between $2 and $10 is basically nothing, whereas to a poor or middle class person, that $8 difference adds up pretty quickly. I see this as a possible unintended consequence of this proposal, that it hits poor people harder than rich people. As readers, it's not just our responsibility to interpret what the author's saying, we also have to ask ourselves, what are they not saying? In the second argument, the author is arguing that it isn't the government's responsibility to determine how much sugar people consume, and therefore taxes on sugary drinks are unnecessary. So now I'm asking, whose responsibility is it to determine how much sugar is in a drink? Why is sugar so inexpensive to begin with? Do legislators have a responsibility there? Now we know it's not legal to bottle rat poison and sell it as tea, but whose responsibility is that? What isn't this author saying, and how does not saying it serve their argument? They're not saying what the government could or should do, only what it shouldn't do. And this is why I want you to be skeptical whenever you read anyone's argument about anything. You need to figure out what the terms of the debate are. What does the argument assume as a given? What's a problem worth fixing? What are the trade-offs that the writer thinks are acceptable? So when you encounter an argument in text, look for the claims, and then look to see if those claims are backed up with data-supported reasoning. Is the author using evidence and logic? Do they anticipate objections to their arguments and push back on or incorporate those critiques? Above all else, I want you to remain skeptical. Everyone's selling something. Even me. It's just the thing I'm trying to sell you is the fundamental idea that you can learn anything. You've got this, readers. David out. Hello, read.
All right. So, what'd you get out of hearing David tell us about argument? What's the most something that stuck with you from that? Like, what is one thing you got from that about an argument? Or what's important in argument? Yes, strong evidence. Good, Ryan. Anyone else get anything out of that that you're going to remember when it comes time to write your own argument?
Good. Oh, never mind. Someone already said what I said in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Good job, Kevin. You've got to have a strong claim. Absolutely. And you have to support it with the right kind of evidence. It can't just be something. Did you see how he tore those arguments apart? When I first read those arguments, I thought, oh, these are kind of good arguments. But then when I listened to him saying what was wrong with them, then I started to understand, oh, yeah, this wasn't as strong as I thought it was. All right, so we are going to now together read an argument about why we need to have year-round school. All right. Yes, Aisha, great answer. He told us to be skeptical always of anything you read. Make sure that you're questioning their information and making sure that it has strong support. And that's what we're getting ready to do. So if you guys will click on this link for me, why we should have year-round school. This is going to take you to your TeacherMate account. And once you get there, Ryan, you think year-round school is evil? Well, we don't have to agree. I don't want year-round school either. We don't have to agree with this author. The name is Matthew Lynch. We don't have to agree with him to see if he has a strong argument or not. So we're going to click on begin with Google once you click on that link, and then use your Fayette County credentials to log in. So, okay, I'm going to need somebody to share their screen because I already have the answers in here and I don't want you guys, that defeats the purpose. So can I have one of you guys share so we can go through this on your screen instead of mine? Zori, that'd be awesome. Please do. So we're going to do this together on Zori's. But I'm not going to just give you guys the answers. I really want you guys to think your way through this. Okay, so Zori, I think I set it up so you can share. You go right ahead. All right. So everybody looking at this? Is there anybody who's not looking at this so I can make sure everybody gets there? Yeah, first page of today's lesson. The link underneath the video. All right, so we're gonna read this argument and you will see that there are drop down menus. So you don't have to write anything today. You're gonna choose from drop downs. So does anybody want to read that first paragraph of this article by Matthew Lynch? I don't mind to, but I want to give
Can
everyone.
I?
Yep, you go right ahead and read that. And then we're going to stop and decide
Okay.
what part of the argument we think that is. So you go right ahead and read.
The first one?
The first paragraph. Yep.
The traditional school year, with roughly 3 months of vacation days every summer, was first implemented when America was an agriculture society. Learning to read, write, and perform basic arithmetic
Yep.
in classrooms was simply not as important as keeping up family farms and building the nation. The summer months were indeed exclusively for farm work.
Okay. Do you guys know what agricultural means? Anybody? So think pre-industrial revolution, before we had industry and factories and
Yes, from history.
yeah, what is an agricultural society?
So agricultural is from what I understand is like farming, like off of the land, kind of like surviving off the land, like where they farm and that type of stuff.
Good job, Ryan. Agricultural means farm-based. Yep, good job. So let's look at this drop down. Good, Zori. Click there, and let's decide which part of this or which answer. So Zori, click the drop down beside that first paragraph. So you have two choices here. Click the little arrow, Zori, beside in the drop down. There you go. So you've got two choices. First choice, is it showing us the choices on your screen?
I turned it on.
Yeah, we can see your screen, but I see your mouse moving around. Can you click on that drop down and see if there are two answers that show up on that drop down beside the first paragraph? It should give you two choices there. No, put your mouse down on the actual.
I push the arrow and then you keep asking when it's on it. You keep asking.
Mine's working.
Okay. So it says two things there, right? What is the first thing it says? The first choice. I just can't see your responses. Okay, the first choice is asking us, here, let me look at my screen and see. Okay, the first choice is asking us if this is the claim or is it the intro. So what do you guys think? Did the author state their claim on their position yet on this argument?
I think this is just an intro.
All right, I agree. So I think this should be
The author hasn't said the claim at all.
exactly. So you guys should choose this part of the argument is the introduction. It's setting the stage for the reader. Okay. All right. Anybody want to read the second paragraph?
Can I read it?
Yep. Go right ahead, Aisha.
Okay. Since then, we have completely changed as a nation. Today, the majority of U.S. K through 12 students aren't spending summers off tilting fields or harvesting crops. However, the ideal of summers off from school is alive and well. The American Enterprise Institute for Public Policy Research finds that the average of American students receives 13 weeks off of school each calendar year, with 10 or 11 of those coming consecutive during the summer. Barely any other countries have more than 7 weeks off in a school calendar. Only around 10% of U.S. schools currently use a year-round school calendar with shorter breaks inserted throughout the year.
Okay, so this one is asking you what part of the argument this is. So you should have, I think, 3 or 4 choices there. So what do you guys think? What do you think the correct answer is? Has the author stated his position yet? Has he stated his claim yet? Nope, he hasn't stated a claim yet, so we can eliminate that choice. Eleanor says it's the third choice. What do you guys think? Does anybody agree with the third choice? Kevin agrees. Ariana agrees. So I would venture to guess, what does the third choice say?
The third choice says that this part of the argument is providing background information that the reader needs to understand the topic.
I 100% agree that that is the answer. So choose the third one. We haven't addressed a counter argument yet, have we? Zori, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, they're choosing an answer for the second one, the second paragraph. Okay, third paragraph says, with the U.S. lagging behind countries such as Korea in terms of academic performance, it may be time to consider drastic changes to our public school system. Year-round schooling is a solution, and surprisingly, it could even be one that students will enjoy. What is that?
That's a claim.
There you go. There's the claim. Mr. Lynch stated his position there. We know what it is. We know he thinks that this is a good solution for trying to keep up with other countries academically. All right. So here is where he starts providing data and evidence to support his claim. So under students will actually remember what they learned. Does anyone want to read that first paragraph?
Can I read it again?
Go right ahead.
Year-round schooling means that students do not fall victim to the summer slide or the well-documented phenomenon where students unlearn some of the knowledge they worked so hard to attain when too much consecutive time is taken off from school.
Okay. So let's look our choices here. I don't know what the choices are. Let me so you've got 2 or 3 choices there. What do you think the correct answer is? for that particular part of the argument. So, Kevin, I don't really know what the last one is because I can't see the choices on Zori's screen, but I've so far heard the second one, the last one, data and evidence. I've got two people saying data and evidence. So what is our general consensus here? So data, facts that support the author's claim. I think that we can safely choose facts that support the author's claim. But what are the other choices that I can't see? What's another one say? Zori, if you click on click on a different choice in there, then I can maybe see it on your screen. So I can see what the, so you chose data.
One says,
Yeah, go ahead, Aylin.
The three
one says, the first one says,
this is data.
Okay.
it says the addressing counterclaim. Then it says, this is background info to give the reader context about the topic.
Okay,
And
so
the last one is what we just said.
So the first choice was addressing the counterclaim. Well, we haven't addressed, he has not said anything about a counterclaim yet, so we can get rid of that one. It has to be the last one. You're right. It has to be data because we've eliminated the others. All right, so let's look at the next paragraph. A study released in 2007. Yeah, go ahead, Ryan. You can read this one. Sure.
Okay. A study released in 2007 by the Ohio State University found that there are really no differences in learning between students who attend school year-round and those who are on a traditional schedule. However, the National Summer Learning Association often cites decades of research that show that it can take anywhere from 8 to 13 weeks at the beginning of every school year for the teachers to get their students back up to speed and ready to learn the new grades material.
Okay. Now, check this out. So, what he said here was Ohio State University is a very credible source. They did a study that said there's no difference in learning between students who attend school year round and those who are on a traditional schedule. Now, that's the exact opposite of what Matthew Lynch is saying. So, what has he done here with this paragraph, this part of it?
He addressed the counterclaim.
Yes, he addressed the counterclaim. Yep. All right, either way, when it comes to learning and retention, students who attend year-round schools have nothing to lose and much to gain. That's all opinion right there. All right, scroll up a little bit, Zori. Let's do the students will actually like school. Or down, I guess. I need to see the bottom of your screen. There we go. All right, anybody want to read that first paragraph under students will actually like school?
Can I?
Yep, you go right ahead.
Okay. Students will actually like school. Students will do more than just learn better in a year-round school. Teachers and students experience a closer relationship in year-round schools than they do in traditional shorter calendar year schools. In absence of any long-term break from school, students do not feel detached from the school environment.
All right, this one is a little bit harder to analyze and evaluate here. So does he give us any data here, any like evidence or facts, like back up anything he says here with research? Yeah, I don't see anything in here other than opinion. Do you guys? Now, yeah, it's definitely opinion based. Now, it's a good opinion. Yeah, I think he's probably right that the longer you spend together, the better, the stronger the relationship is. But I would need to see a study of that or something. Like this is opinion based. All right, so next paragraph, we're doing true or false here. So this is asking you whether You think this is strong support or not? Does anybody want to read that one? That starts with the experience. Oh, Rylan, you crack me up. All right, I'll read this one. The experience of immersion in learning offered by year-round schools. Immersion means being like dipped in it. Like if we immerse ourselves in something, like we're fully engulfed by it. So the experience of immersion in learning offered by year-round schools with more time spent in classrooms proves to be beneficial to many students from low socioeconomic backgrounds in particular, including those for whom English is a second language. Many second language learners have difficulty mastering English, benefit from the opportunity to immerse themselves in English during intercession classes. Intercession means the time between regular traditional school classes. They also develop better relationships with other students. All right, so do you guys think that's strong evidence? And then kind of tell me why you think so. Meh. Okay, Ryan, why you say meh? What's kind of lacking there? Right. There's like, where's the research to back this up? So go ahead and pick your choice of whether you think that's strong or not. All right, let's look at the next one. Results from research studies show that students in year-round schools are more self-confident, have a higher self-concept, have fewer inhibitions, and feel positive about their schooling experience. Is that strong?
Yeah, because it actually shows studies.
Yes. Yep. All right, Zori, can you scroll so I can see the rest of the argument? Okay. Stop. Yeah. Well, but what about downtime? Don't children need time to just be kids? Some childhood development experts believe that for younger students, time off in the summer months is vital to healthy development. They believe that kids are not designed. Okay, that's the exact opposite, right, of what he's saying. So keep that in mind. That's a counter argument. They believe that kids are not designed to spend so much of their time inside classroom walls, and that the warmer, pleasant weather of the summer provides a perfect opportunity to get outside and experience childhood. The problem with this argument, of course, is that most children are no longer spending their summers frolicking in fields of flowers or running around their neighborhoods, hanging out with other kids. So what are our choices there? And what do you guys think? So you guys think that's data? I can't see the, no, not data. Okay.
I think it's the counterclaim.
I think so too, because he said there, childhood development experts say, and then he's addressing that counter by saying, but kids aren't going outside anymore like they used to.
Yeah.
Yep, I think you're right.
So he's addressing both arguments.
Yep. All right, let's look at this one. A recent Harvard University study, all right, we already know credible so far, found that school-age children tend to gain weight at a faster pace during the summer months than during the school year. Children today spend more time in sedentary, that means sitting still, activities like watching television or TikTok or YouTube or Netflix than during the school year. Like watching television or using mobile devices instead of playing outside or participating in active pursuits. Not only must K-12 students relearn the academic items, but they must also shift their mentalities from less active sedentary ones to sharp, alert learning models. You think that's good support or not? You don't have to agree with it to decide if it is.
I think
Go ahead.
I think it is a good support. I think it is a good paragraph because it says a recent Harvard University study found that school-age children tend to gain weight at a faster pace during the summer.
I agree, because then he goes on to talk about how they gain weight, right? Because we're not moving around very much. Like I spend most of my day sitting in my bed on this computer teaching or, talking to you guys, and I'm not doing any moving. And so that is pretty good support and I have also gained weight for that reason. So I think that's like
Unless you count moving your fingers to type them now.
right. I would agree with that. Okay, so let's scoot down a little bit. The American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry reports that by the time children graduate from high school, they will have spent more time watching television or TikTok or whatever than in classrooms. That's a lot of time. What's more, children who watch an excessive amount of television generally have lower grades in school, read fewer books, and have more health problems. While some children visit summer camps or attend childcare when school is out, others stay at home, inside, with not much else to do than watch TV or play games on electronic devices. This is especially true for kids who are middle school age or higher and are able to stay home alone when parents work. The downtime of the summer months is really just empty time, often void of anything academically or developmentally advantageous. What do you guys think? Good support or not? You guys can pick. It's your opinion whether you think it's good or not. I mean, there is kind of a right or wrong answer because it's going to grade it for you. You're going to get a grade when you submit this. So you'd have to be able to argue with me because I'm the one who came up with the answers for this. So you'd have to be able to convince me that you're right if you don't agree with the score. All right. As the U.S. establishes itself as a knowledge and innovation-based economy, the usefulness of a traditional school year diminishes. There are many reasons changing from our traditional school year to year-round schooling makes sense. As with any adjustments, making the switch would not be easy. However, with all its advantages, it is certainly worth considering. Now, that is a really good conclusion. Why is it a good conclusion? Look at your choices there and see. Hector, if you're mad about this, maybe your argument you write should be the opposite of this. So that would be a good topic. If you guys want to disagree with this guy, absolutely. Write your arguments when it comes time about why we shouldn't have year-round school. All right, so now the next step you're going to do is click I'm done.
Wait, I got a question.
Yes.
What is year-round school?
I'm sorry, what?
What is year-round?
So year-round school is when we would go to school year-round with only like the way the schools I know that or I've heard of that do this, they get they do a quarter and they take 2 weeks off. Then they do quarter 2 and take 2 weeks off. And then quarter 3 take 2 weeks off, quarter 4 take 2 weeks off, or maybe like 4 weeks. But they just take their breaks more often throughout the year for shorter times instead of that big chunk of summer. So, yeah, basically they take the weeks of summer break and spread them out through the year so you lose less knowledge, right? So, you know how we take a winter break for 2 weeks in winter, that you would get a 2 weeks summer break, a 2 week spring break, a 2 week fall break, and all that. So it's spread out. All right, very quickly, I have 2 minutes left to go over what I want you to do for your asynchronous work. You're going to need this article again. So even after you click I'm done, you're going to need this link because you're going to want to come back here to do your homework. So what I want you to do is to submit this. So Zori, if you go up to the top to the URL and copy that link up there, I'm going to show you how to turn this in. But you're going to want to be able to come back here because you need this argument to do your asynchronous work. So copy that for me. And then we're going to go back to where it says Friday 11/20 in your Canvas. Okay, where it says submit assignment. We're going to do Zane, yes, certainly. Yep, click website URL just like she just did, and then click submit assignment, and you have turned this in. But now for Eleanor, we'll have to, you can either talk to someone in this class outside of this class or come to my office hours because I have another class.
When I did that, when I tried to submit it, it says submission failed.
You've got to, did you click on website URL? Zori, go back and show her where to click on Friday. On the Friday. So yeah, click resubmit for me, Zori. See where it says website URL right there? That's where you paste that URL. You've got to click I'm done, Ryan. All right, go ahead and submit that. Now, tonight's work or what you're going to do outside of class, Zori, will you click on the next button at the bottom on the Friday thing? Click next for me. Yeah, click next right there. So this is what you're going to do on your own time. It's the same kind of assignment. Zori, click on that link to Year Round School. You're going to use the same argument, but you're going, yes, Aja, that's what I'm explaining now. That's this one that Zori's clicking on right now. You're going to do the same kind of thing. The same thing, but now if those text boxes don't work, you're going to have to insert your own text box. And that's with that big T up at the top. Okay.
Sorry, my computer died.
That's okay. All right. We are 1 minute over. So if you guys need to see me about this lesson or anything at all, you can come to my office hours, which let me share with you very quickly. They're a different link. So you have to go to on the home page because I'm working on Amnesty Day today. You've got to click this link right here if you need to come and see me.
Still,
Okay.
it still says assignment failed submitting.
Okay. You know what? Don't worry about it, Aylin. I can see it in the teacher made. If you clicked I'm done in there, it'll show me there. So don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just put a little note in
Also,
the comments or something.
can you show me the homework?
You'll have to watch the video because I've got to go because I have another class. So just fast forward. I'll post the video and then you can just fast forward to the end. Okay. All right, guys.
Bye.
Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Bye.